Hello everyone. Uh, Good morning from my side. I just finished train my arms, my forearms, my hands. Also, as you can see, this one. Can you see this one? It's a bicep muscle. I train it, but the problem is, I just want to tell what I'm feeling right now. Recently, 2 days ago, wait a second, among several days ago until today, I'm feeling worse because I eat garbage. That's why I'm gonna see what is exactly psychologically tired definition. I'm gonna read a website from neuriomodus.com. So the title is a true story of how I eliminated work burnout and find peace in my life. Hello, my name is Hannah and I'm a perfectionist. I figured out that it was bad when I burned out and my health and relationship started to collapse. I would like to tell you my story about my problems and how I managed to overcome them. Now I am much better and can objectively judge my past actions. I think my experience will encourage you to take burnout and overthinking seriously. From my early school days, by the way, as you see, if you can see my face, about 2 hours I already trained my muscles, my arms, my forearms, and also my hands, and also my brain, I guess. So that's why I choose a topic about tired and how to overcome it from someone's experience. So let's back to the website. From my early school days, I was always an overachiever. I always went to extra mile to complete any task. By the way, when you say that the extra mile, it's an idiom from British, if I'm not mistaken. That's how I was built. I was happy with my result, but didn't realize that the cost I would have to pay in the future. Later, I became a successful businesswoman, corporate world, hardworking, ambitious work-related goals, etc. Long working days and no personal time just to achieve some imaginary goals that I have set for myself. I was very persistent and dedicated. I always did my best, but it still was not enough for me. I have noticed certain symptoms but did not know how to identify them. I thought it was just an ordinary stress. First, I felt tired and exhausted. I had no enthusiasm. I wasn't able to perform well. I felt sad and lost interest in all activities. I had trouble sleeping. My energy levels were low. Quite fast, it started to have a negative impact on my work results. I just could not focus attention and constant brain fog became an everyday experience. I thought it would be temporary, but it started to affect my performance. My boss started to notice and suggested taking a few weeks of holiday. I'm really thankful that he didn't fire me. I had just started my new relationship, but sadly enough, my mental health status didn't allow me to continue this relationship. So one more time, I was left alone. After visiting a CBT, cognitive behavior therapist, I was diagnosed with work related mental burnout. So I was wrong. It was not stress, it was way worse. Burnout is long term stress that can lead to serious mental and physical health issues. My therapist taught me that it happens when you work harder and harder, becoming frantic in your pursuit of success. If you experience this, you may be willing to risk your health and personal life to feel successful in your job. I was overloaded with everything. I had to do something to help myself. The cure, Together with my therapist, we managed to establish a link between burnout, overthinking about my problems, and other types of stress. It was a slow and time consuming process. Moreover, individual sessions were very costly. It gave me extra stress because I couldn't work full time and I had to pay my bills anyway. I have also tried a cheaper but still popular method. I got prescribed anti-stress drugs to reduce burnout and overthinking. At first, it was okay, but later it started getting worse and worse. I felt like I was underwater. I felt isolated and detached from reality. Could not keep up with my goals and deadlines as I just couldn't think straight. Oh, friend. One day I met a former colleague while doing groceries. I knew that she also had problems with her mental health in the past. We used to work on some last minute projects, however, she was very different now than she was back then. She used to be quiet, anxious, and sad. Now she looked happy and fresh and emitted positive vibes. It felt like a 180-degree transformation. I became very curious and asked about how she managed to do it. She was very happy to share her experience with me. She told me that due to perfectionism, she just became overloaded with things and it simply led to burnout. She also tried various solutions that simply didn't work. I could relate to it as well and asked her where the secret of her finding happiness was. She told me that one day she became across a website called neuromodus.com. It looked like a simple test with a few questions about her mental health. She answered these questions and got a customized burnout and overthinking reduction plan. She simply gave it a try because there was nothing to lose anymore. It led to experiencing life-changing results. I saw it with my own eyes, my experience. After coming back home all hyped, I googled the site and went on to answer the questions. Actually, it was very easy as their site was designed with the help of various psychologists and other wellness professionals. After I was done, I received a custom-made 3-month plan to eliminate burnout once and for all. It was not free, but it was a tiny expense in comparison with therapy costs. I got what I needed, clarity and control, which I was lacking previously. As always, taking the first steps was the hardest, but I had help. The program is so easy to follow. The success did not come immediately, but I was hoping for long-lasting results. I promised myself to keep to the program for the whole duration, so I could tell myself that I did everything I could in case it didn't work out. After I developed roadness, this program became like a habit to me. I also started noticing results. It was not just me, but also people around me who started saying nice things about my development. I was happy. Everything was real. And the final thoughts. I came to the conclusion that overthinking regarding my mental health problems was the main cause of overload and that it led to mental burnout. Analysis paralysis was also the problem as I tried to think more about my actions. The more I was thinking, the worse I felt. These negative feelings clouded my judgment and I wasn't able to take any course of action. I was thinking about the past and worrying about the future. Therefore, I couldn't be present. All this led me to constantly feel swamped, overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and emotionally depleted. So in order to deal with burnout, I need to deal with overthinking first. I came to realize that long-term and consistent actions always win against short-term solutions. One step at a time and small gains can reprogram your mind. That's why this program has been so effective for me. I have managed to change my routines and eliminate overthinking completely. What would I do if you had an itch, scratch it right away, right? You wouldn't ignore it. So using this example, I start treating any talks. I had to do the same way. And guess what? I started looking forward to my future rather than worrying about it. My overthinking started fading. I felt whole again. I got my self esteem and confidence back. I no longer felt like a burden on my family and friends. All of this has made the biggest difference in my life as a mother, a friend, and a professional. To think retrospectively, everything started with a simple quiz. If you're suffering from burnout and overthinking, then you can reclaim your peace and live overthinking free. 2. And live a life worth living. That's a success stories. Already 10 minutes, about 11 minutes. Bye.